everyone, my name is Samya Soni, and I'm currently pursuing an undergrad in data science and cognitive science at UC Berkeley. Today, I'll be presenting a demo on some of the cool features that you can use in Microsoft Fabric and Azure OpenAI to revolutionize your future data endeavors. So let's jump right in. For the next 10 minutes, let's imagine a financial institute called Woodgrove. The new CEO's name is Sylvia, and Sylvia assigned us as her data engineers. So this world map shows all of her bank locations around the world, along with the 4 KPIs that mean the most to her: customer churn, operating profit, return on assets, and customer experience. Now let's check out the dashboard, which shows how Woodgrove is doing with its 4 most important KPIs. Well, as we can see, it's actually not doing so well. Customer churn is way higher than what our goal is. We can see sentiment score actually decreasing, and the main age group which is leaving is millennials. Well, we want to see why are millennials the main age group which are leaving. Now I present to you Microsoft Fabric. This is an end-to-end analytics platform, so let's use this to identify and solve our problem. First, we can head on over to the Synapse Data Engineering platform, and the way we ingest the data is by putting it inside of a lakehouse. So let's specify its name, hit create, and then we have a variety of options for how we want to ingest our data into this lakehouse. We can either directly upload the files or create a shortcut where we can connect to other external sources like AWS Gen 2, Amazon S3, GCP, and more. So now we have our data, which has all the historical data of Woodgrove, including its churn rate and sentiment value. So by putting the data into our notebook, we can simply just drag and drop the delta table inside of our code cell, and there we go. Another cool thing about this notebook experience is you actually have an inbuilt copilot which can assist you with any code generation. For example, we can ask the copilot how to convert this code into a pandas data frame. And there we go, Copilot generates the code. Now, in this notebook, we can see that the churn rate actually increased at the same time that the sentiment value decreased. So why is the churn rate and sentiment value inversely proportional? This is where we go into the second notebook. And here we've ingested historical data for Woodgrove along with 7 other bank institutions, which actually have high-performing KPIs with high sentiment value and low churn rate, because we wanted to see what are the other banks doing that Woodgrove could harness and improve. So after getting the data with all of the past ESG reports of Woodgrove along with the other 7 banks, I have extracted the content from the URL, removed all the ASCII characters, and vectorized and tokenized these sentences into word-by-word vectors. And then I've used the TF-IDF NLP model to extract the most common themes and areas of interest inside of the ESG reports. And here we can see that here are the top 10 words which represent the most desirable values and goals that actually increase ESG sentiment. And the first one is environmental sustainability. Another thing we can see is for the percentage of green campaigns by company, we actually see that Woodgrove has a significantly lower percentage of green campaigns as compared to the other 7 high-performing companies. Well, now we can see our problem. Woodgrove doesn't have enough investment in the green campaigns, and this makes perfect sense as to why the millennials are churning and leaving, because millennials are known to heavily value environmental sustainability. For those of you who don't have experience with EDA and Python, you can actually alternatively use the inbuilt Copilot inside of the Power BI platform in Fabric to perform data analysis and generate key insights. So let's first start off by saying, suggest content for this report. And as we can see, it suggested an outline of having an ESG sentiment analysis report to analyze the sentiment of ESG articles over time. So let's hit create to see what this comes up with. And wow, it generated this captivating report which summarizes the main takeaways from the articles. We can also say, summarize the visuals on this report. And wow, look at that. It provided a step-by-step comprehensive overview of what each visualization entails along with its citation. How cool is that? An alternative and quicker way to identify the key problems using the ESG reports is actually by creating an LLM in Azure AI Studio, which performs RAG to scan through all of the ESG reports, and it acts like a virtual chatbot to answer any questions. So in the previous notebook, we got all of the data from the ESG reports and news articles into one lake using the NLP models in Fabric. However, no one actually has time to read through hundreds of pages of documents. Instead, we can harness the power of Azure OpenAI and Azure Search by directly connecting to one lake as a knowledge base. As you can see in this architecture, we're indexing the documents in AI Search, and we have created a RAG model using the prompt flow to act as a chatbot at our service anytime to retrieve relevant info based on the questions asked within seconds. Let's see this in action. So after we provide our input, the Azure AI Search scans through the provided documents, and then it calls the RAG prompt, assigning what the role of our chatbot is, and therefore it provides a relevant output. The output also gets stored in OneLake for featured search analytics. Now we can also test this chatbot by asking, identify the key drivers of Woodgrove's negative market perception, especially among millennials. And as we can see, within seconds, it provides a comprehensive overview of why Woodgrove has negative market perception, mainly due to low investment in environmental concerns. So now that we've identified the problem through a range of methods, it's time to create a solution. We want to invest more into sustainable campaigns more relevant to millennials so that they stay. One way we can do this is by creating marketing campaigns that align with millennials' values of sustainability and impact. Now that Woodgrove found out the correlation between ESG sentiment and customer churn, they increased their investments in green funds, and to evangelize that to attract the millennial population back, we want to create sustainable campaigns. This is where Azure OpenAI can come into play. So here I've created a prompt flow and deployed it to have the following inputs: company, industry, occasion, and theme. So for our company, we can say Woodgrove. For industry, we want it to be for a financial institute. And for occasion, let's say we want to generate an email campaign for the upcoming Black Friday sale. And theme to be sustainability. After we hit test, and as we can see, just within seconds, it generated this enticing email campaign. Now, along with this campaign, what if we also wanted to have an image to support it? Well, luckily, we have DALL-E 3. Inside of DALL-E 3, we can say, create images for a bank trying to promote sustainability and green initiatives for credit cards. After we hit generate, we can see this beautiful visualization. Now, this is just one solution that we've implemented. In order to increase the lost revenue that Woodgrove has gone through, we also have to make sure that we're investing in profitable and promising firms. This is where real-time intelligence inside of Microsoft Fabric can come into play. So here's the real-time intelligence platform, and we basically connected real-time data collection into our event stream to monitor the stocks of our investments. From here, we can go to the real-time hub. This is basically the single collection of all of the real-time workloads. We have the event stream for ingesting the real-time data and the event house for storing it. And on top of that, we can go to the KQL query set, and we can use this to run analyses and eventually showcase it on the real-time dashboard to visualize them. However, since dashboard is being updated in real time, you wouldn't just want someone to stare at the dashboard 24/7 to make sure that we don't lose our bidding window. Well, luckily for us, Fabric has a solution for that called Data Activator. Data Activator allows us to create actionable alerts to alert us if a certain stock price goes above or below a certain threshold. All we have to do is set alert, click on the visualization that we want to set the alert for, and then specify when we want to be alerted. So let's say I want to be alerted when the average bid price becomes less than 1,000, because that's our cue to sell the stock. Thanks to real-time notifications, we're actually able to take action on when to buy and sell stocks as soon as the value passes the threshold limits. It's almost like having a virtual financial advisor. How cool is that? And after implementing these solutions, we can actually see that the KPIs significantly improved. And Sylvia is happy with our work. Imagine what you can do with the power of Microsoft Fabric and Azure OpenAI. The possibilities are endless. Thank you.